You asked for a book about rock from me, and now you've got one. Cause Effect Metallica is a look at the album Metallica, commonly referred to as the Black Album, by me, heavy metal critic and co-host of the Classic Metal Show, Chris Aiken. In this book, I remember back to the lead-up and the eventual release of Metallica, including stories of how the release affected me as a person, the line in the sand it drew between old-school and new-school Metallica fans, and how the release single-handedly changed the way commercial rock radio stations were programmed. This is my second book, and I'm proud to have it out there, and I hope you guys enjoy it. It is Cause and Effect Metallica, available now on Amazon.com. Go to Amazon.com. Or my personal website, probably the easiest way to get it, chrisaikenbooks.com. Get to it, jerkies.
Poison. Now, see, that was the other thing I brought up earlier in the show.
Yeah.
Every time they report on Bret Michaels, they always say former Poison frontman. Why do you think they do that?
Because they don't know that he's still in the band?
But the band hasn't gone away, have they?
Not that I'm aware of. I thought they were supposed to tour.
They just sort of roll it out whenever they feel,
Whenever Bret wants to share the money.
I guess. Former.
Oh, maybe he has quit Poison. Who knows?
I don't think so.
Who would care?
Poison singer Bret Michaels was physically forced to leave the stage last night. That was Thursday. Okay. During his solo concert at the Palace Theater in Manchester, New Hampshire.
Oh, boy.
Due to complications involving insulin shock and severe low blood sugar.
Okay.
Now, didn't this happen to him, basically years ago?
It has, several times.
So don't you think at this point in his life, knowing that he's dealing with, diabetes, that he wouldn't allow this to happen to himself?
Could have fucked up and, thought he could make it through his day. Didn't have his Gatorade in the morning or something.
Sure. Well, anyway, it says that due to complications involving insulin shock and severe low blood sugar, along with other conditions, which doctors later determined included exhaustion, dehydration, fever, and noroflu virus.
Wow.
Noroflu.
Michaels attempted to return to the stage to finish the show.
Yeah.
However, it was clear to the band and the crew and the audience that he would not be able to continue. As he walked onto the
Check, 1 2 1 2. Are you ready for this? 1 2 3. You know you want it.
Canceled.
God damn it, and I was waiting for that show.
Damn it. That was the only reason I went, was to hear that song.
Sure.
Can you imagine? I wonder if they got rain in.
Right. Michaels attempted to return to the stage to finish the show. However, it was clear to the band, the crew, the audience that he would not be able to continue.
Yeah.
As he walked off the stage and became violently ill.
Oh, poor
Violently ill.
Violently.
Paramedics present at the show immediately responded.
Right.
To the 911 that was called in. Michaels was unable to keep the substance in his system complications and his insulin levels and inability to balance the blood sugar levels arose.
Do you think he allowed the paramedics to look at him while they worked on him?
I don't know.
Or did he make them stand facing away from him?
It's like avert your eyes.
Yeah, don't look at me.
Right. So he, after 40 plus years of dealing with low blood sugar and diabetes and stuff, he allowed this to happen to himself.
Well, I'd like to give him whatever the opposite of sugar is. Salt.
Right.
Just fucking dry him out and let him die. I can't stand this guy.
Right. The rocker was rushed by the ambulance to the CMC.
All right.
That is the Catholic Medical Center.
Oh, well, thank God they saved him.
And monitored through the evening as doctors tried to bring his blood sugar back to healthy levels.
All right. Good for them.
Under strict medical
direction, Michaels will not be able to perform the evening in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania,
Oh, that just sucks.
as doctors have ordered him to let the flu virus run its course and let his blood sugar rebalance
Yeah.
and remain consistent, while hoping to perform tomorrow in Albany, New York. Bret's type 1 diabetes complications and health issues such as the norovirus and must be monitored and taken very seriously.
Yeah. Fantastic.
So, Bret is ailing.
Well, hope he ails all the way out.
Well, I think you should say a prayer for Bret.
All right, you ready? Dear Lord, you've put some bad musicians on this planet, and clearly Bret Michaels is one. So, in your holiest of name, I just ask that you take him back so he can bring something to believe in to heaven. Because clearly there's nothing to believe in here. Please take this fucking faggot off this planet. In your name, I so graciously pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. God, I love Bret. I love you, Bret.
Yeah, I fucking hate that turd.
I hope you're well.
I hope he's not well. I hope he absolutely fucking has a stroke and dies so that I can go to Blabbermouth and read all the fucking, oh, Bret was such a good guy. Rest in peace, buddy.
Right.
Something to believe in.
Right.
Fuck off. He's a fucking, guess what? This guy, for everybody, and I'm already taking some heat in here that I'm so wrong and blah, blah, blah. You know what? Fuck off. You know, it's this kind of simple. That guy is a world-class asshole. He is one of the biggest assholes on this fucking planet. He's an asshole to every person that he runs into that he's not getting a paycheck from.
Or getting pussy from.
Or getting pussy from.
Right.
So you know what? Those kind of assholes need to be off the fucking planet. He's the same as a guy in Gitmo that's there for good reason. Fuck him, take him off the planet. That's what I say.
I wish people in general, you and I
Yeah.
have had personal encounters with Bret Michaels.
Yeah.
This guy is a first-class piece of shit.
He's a piece of fucking garbage.
And if you really knew the true story behind the scenes,
Yeah.
you would think the same thing.
Yeah, and you'd be sitting here right here with me going, yep, death is too good for this fucker. It should be painful and harsh.
I love the housewives that are just so in love with Bret Michaels.
Oh, I know.
Oh, he's such a nice guy.
No, he's not.
Two guys that get such accolades that I absolutely despise.
Yeah.
Bret Michaels and John Bon Jovi.
Oh, yeah.
Those two guys are the worst pieces of shit
Oh, yeah.
on the planet.
They really are, at least in our opinion.
When it comes out to the media
Oh, yeah.
and when they're in personnel mode
Yeah.
on, be it Oprah or Ellen or any one of these stupid TV shows.
Yeah.
Oh, they're the greatest guys ever. Oh, we care about people. We
Yeah.
care about the planet. We care about this. We care about that. You know what? Ladies, especially ladies,
Right.
these guys care about two things. Money and pussy.
Right, and that's
Period.
it. And that's it.
That's it.
And believe me, if you look like a 40-year-old housewife, they don't care about your pussy.
Right.
Just your money.
Right.
That's all they want is your fucking cash.
Period. And
Yeah.
trust me when Chris and I tell you this.
Yeah, we've seen it firsthand.
We have seen it firsthand.
Yeah.
If you don't have money or young pussy,
Yeah.
they don't give two fucking shits
Nope.
about your ass.
Nope.
Trust me.
Well, we had the situation with the meet and greet. I know I've told this story a bunch of times, but because it was something they volunteered to do, Bret didn't want to do it.
Nope.
He was more than willing to leave 40 people that waited 2 fucking hours after the show to just be fucked, to just not get a goddamn thing. He was more than willing to do that, and the only reason he signed their shit was because I went fucking nuts. You remember that, right?
I do.
I was screaming
I
at
was
that
there.
motherfucker.
And you had Big John standing between you and Bret.
Yeah, and I told that guy, I was like, I don't give a fuck how big you are. You will fucking remember me. If if you want to fight me, motherfucker.
Right.
I was not going to take no for an answer. And then Brett was all huffy. He's like, fine, I'll fucking sign their shit.
Right.
All right, fucker, go and do it. Sit down.
Right. That's what you committed to. Now live up to your obligation.
Yeah, how about you don't fuck these fucking people, you fucking asshole? He's a fucking dick. I really don't like him.
I have had encounters with Bret Michaels on
Yeah.
3 different occasions.
I've had several, too.
And he could care 2 shits about you unless you're a hot girl or you're spending money in his fan club or whatever it is that you're spending money on.
Well, I had that. You weren't with me. This was when you were in Chicago and I was here, and this is when my son and I went to went and saw Dokken.
Right,
Dokken
right,
and Sebastian.
Sure.
And Brett was Poison was the headliner.
Right, that was 2005
or something.
Yeah, around there.
Well, Don had asked me to get off the bus and go get something for him.
Sure.
So I went to go do it, and it was right at the same time that fucking asshole was walking down the hall to go onto the stage. And the fucking guy was like, "You need to turn around." It's like, "Fuck you!
Well,
I'm not turning around."
I got the same story, dude. When Poison and Dokken and Sebastian Bach came to Tinley Park, I was in the Dokken dressing room, and King Bret, was going to walk down the hallway to the stage.
Right.
The security had to clear the hallway,
eat a bag,
and close the doors.
Right.
From the dressing rooms.
Right.
Because King Bret was going to walk by.
Yeah, he's an ass.
And that is not a lie.
No.
That is not a lie.
We both had the same experience.
Yep.
They wanted me to turn around.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't good enough to see him walk down the hall.
Don't make eye contact.
I just remember that guy was like, "You need to turn around." I was like, "Fuck you! I'm not turning around. I'm getting this fucking thing."
Well, they made us clear the halls, go into the dressing rooms, and close the doors.
Yeah.
I mean, it was freaking ridiculous. I never saw anything like that aside from Vince Neil.
Yeah, I should have clotheslined him as he was walking by. End the show early. Fuck you, Brett, dickhead.
Right.
He is an ass.
But that is the truth.
It is.
Absolute truth.
Yep.
And John Bon Jovi, no different.
No, well, I've only had one interaction with John, and it wasn't really nice. Wasn't horrible, but wasn't real nice. But Richie was always really cool.
Yeah, but it isn't Richie, and it isn't Ricky, and it isn't isn't the other members of the bands. Mm-hmm. It's usually the lead singer guy.
Well, it's true, and I mean we know. Although CeCe's a little weird too. But,
yeah, but I've talked to CeCe though.
Yeah. I mean he's just kind of an oddball. But Brett. Any amount of hatred I can give, any amount of glee I can take from the fact that this motherfucker is like near death, is because he's earned it.
Right.
He's earned me being happy that he's sick.
Sure.
So fuck him. I hope it gets worse.
Right.
Hope it's a slow creeping death.
Metallica.
Yeah, that's right.
Wow.
Your life ain't something to believe in, asshole.
Right.
Fucking dick.
It's funny how we go from Paul Stanley in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with borderline
racist
to Bret Michaels.
Full on death hate.
So funny.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Well, we love those stories because that gives us something to talk about.
That's right.
Because we got little lives.
Yeah.
Such little lives.
Such little lives.
Right.
Not as important as Brett.
No.
Well, since you're so important, now you get us talking about you, dickhead.
Sure.
Maybe you should have been nicer.
Well, what I find funny is that Brett tapped E-Vic to be his backing band.
Well, and I don't blame those guys for taking
No, I don't either, because I'm sure that they make a paycheck.
Yeah.
Because being E-Vic doesn't exactly bring in the cash.
No, it certainly doesn't.
But, the fact that they got tapped to be Bret Michaels' band, and this goes back to 2005 or 2006.
Right.
E-Vic, the band E-Vic, I think they're out of like Maryland or Delaware.
Right.
They're out of the East Coast there. They came to the Metal Sludge extravaganza, which we broadcast.
Right.
And, our good friend Steve Rochelle, who spearheads Metal Sludge,
Right.
he asked that we would be there, and we did. And Evic is a band that, was trying to make a way. But fortunately for them, anyway,
Right.
they, they hooked up with Bret Michaels, and I guess they make a paycheck.
Yeah, and hey, good for them.
And nice guys.
Yeah.
Got nothing against them.
Well, Vince Neil's about to be without a band shortly. Maybe they could tap into that if Brett dies.
Sure.
I'm sure there's other guys.
Right. Well, I think Vince Neil's got about 2 more years.
And then he what, dies?
I don't know what he's going to do, but that guy blows through cash like nobody's business.
Yeah. He'll be the one begging for the Motley reunion.
Sure.
Guys, we just got to bring it back together one more time.
Right. Which, here's the funny thing that when did Motley get back together with Vince? 90 what?
8, maybe?
It was Generation Swine. When did that come?
97, 98,
Yeah, somewhere around there. Prior to that, before Vince rejoined the band,
Right.
At that time, what do you think his asking price was for playing a show?
As a solo artist?
Yeah, as a solo artist, because that's all he had at that point.
I don't know, 10 grand?
Less.
Really?
I know for a fact.
5 grand.
It was 8.
Wow.
$8,000.
Jeez. That's pretty subpar.
Yeah. So prior.
So then that was even like when he was out on tour with Van Halen and stuff?
Yeah, it was $8,000.
Wow, 8 grand to be opening for Van Halen.
But here goes the value of Vince Neil being involved with Motley Crue.
Yeah.
What was it? 2000 and it was either 2008 or 2009.
Right.
Vince Neil played Rocklahoma
Okay.
as a solo artist.
Uh-huh.
You know what he got that night? Just for one performance?
20 grand.
No.
Way more?
Way more.
100 grand.
Not quite.
80 grand?
80.
Jesus.
$80,000.
To sing every third word?
Yeah, basically. So Vince got 80 grand to play Rocklahoma.
So how much does Motley get? 250?
They're in that range.
Wow.
Yep,
That's crazy.
it is. But that's what he got. What was it? 6 years ago, as a solo artist.
That is just nuts. Every
80,000 for Vince Neil.
That's fucking crazy talk
Yep.
there. Every 10 shows, $1 million.
So what do you think? What do you think of Bret Michaels' commands as a solo artist?
I don't know. Hopefully a vial of arsenic.
What do you think, though?
He's
Seriously,
gotta be 75,000.
you think so?
Yeah, he's got to be.
Wow.
Which I cannot even fathom because he's fucking a horrible, horrible
Well,
performer.
but you know that when he was on the Rock of Love
Yeah,
and Poison was touring,
yeah.
and he was doing these after shows where he would go to some like local.
Oh, yeah, he's making, what, 20 grand
it
for
was
that
like
shit?
20,000
Yeah, for him to show up and
just to
sign
show,
shit.
just to show up and go, hey, I partied with Bret Michaels.
Yeah, fantastic.
20,000 to him personally
It's great.
for just showing up as Bret Michaels.
Mm-hmm. I'm so glad that the guy that we're partnered up with and we do work for and whatever, Don,
Yeah,
is not one of these money-grubbing dickweeds.
no, not at all.
Just cooler that way.
I always laugh at that shit.
Dude, but Brett is a fucking embarrassment to the human race.
He is.
He is a piece of shit.
Remember when Poison was touring back in the early 2000s
Right? Mm-hmm.
to meet and greet with Bret Michaels?
Yeah.
You had to be a part of his fan club,
Okay.
but it cost $25 per person to get one piece of merchandise, be it a CD or a T-shirt or whatever.
How much?
$25 to do a meet and greet.
That's by today's rate, that's cheap.
Sure,
I hate to say it,
but we're talking 12 years ago.
So who was the asshole that looked at a card convention and saw fucking Pete Rose making $20 a signature and said, "Hey, we could do that with our band"?
Right.
Somebody had to say that.
I'm sure that any kind of agent thought, you know
Yeah.
what, you could command X amount of dollars
Right.
if you would just do a meet and greet, take a picture, maybe sign an autograph,
Right.
and send them out the door.
Yeah, it's just horrible.
Well, remember our friend Annette?
Yeah.
Do you remember that story?
On the bus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where she went and did the whole meet and greet thing,
Mm-hmm.
and she brought 2 items,
Right.
and she got her first item signed for free,
Right.
and she had brought a second item and wanted him to sign it, and he said it would be $5 additional. $5? Are you shitting me?
What a dick.
Because she brought 2 items.
What a monumental douchebag.
So it's obviously it's not about the fans. It's just about the
Right.
money.
Yeah, that's all it's about.
It's like, hey, sorry, honey. It's $25 for one item. If you want an additional item, it's an additional $5.
Right.
So, well, here's something, and I wanted to bring this up because I just read this week.
Right.
You know, I'm not really sure what your temperature is as far as this guy is concerned.
Okay.
But, you know, I've never made it a secret that, you know, early in my life,
Yeah.
one of my favorite bands has always been the band Chicago.
Sure.
Well, their most popular lead singer, Peter Cetera,
Yeah.
who was in the band and probably, you know, the lead singer of some of their most famous hits.
Sure.
He left the band in 85.
Right.
Went off and did a pretty successful solo career.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he kind of semi-retired from music about, I don't know, 8 years ago.
Okay.
He lives out in the middle of, like, bumfuck Wyoming or something.
Okay.
Way out in the middle of nowhere. In fact, I was kind of emailing back and forth with your former metal show, Matt,
Okay.
a week ago.
Yeah.
Because the band Chicago played here in Northfield at that
Roxino.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
At the Hard Rock thing, and
Right.
he went. Well, he had an opportunity to interview Robert Lamb, which we did
Right. Sure.
for that KIEF
Right.
morning show,
Mm-hmm.
and he sent his interview to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he said, "Yeah, I think you might like to read this." You know, I didn't use all the material from it for the Scene magazine.
Right. Okay.
And we were just kind of corresponding back and forth. And the band Chicago, the Chicago 17, their 30th anniversary of the release of that album is coming up.
That was one with Stay the Night.
Yes.
I hate that album.
Well, regardless if you hate it or
No,
not.
I like 16 was probably my favorite.
Yeah,
17
but-
was my least favorite.
Right.
Go ahead.
But anyway, it's 30-year anniversary.
Okay.
And regardless if you like that album or not, it was their biggest selling album of all time because it was so popular. It was
Sure.
it was a big popular radio release plus
Right.
MTV, etc.
Yeah, it had a bunch of hits.
Sure. So anyway, your friend Matt wanted to do an interview to correlate with the 30th anniversary of Chicago 17.
Okay.
Well, he got hooked up with Robert Lamb from Chicago.
Right.
And Robert did not want to really discuss the 30th anniversary of Chicago 17.
Okay.
He just wanted to kind of discuss about their current tour, their current, forthcoming release,
Sure.
etc. He didn't want to just wax all nostalgic.
Okay.
So your friend Matt kind of like slipped in a few questions
Right.
that he's going to use at a later date.
Okay.
All right. So he kind of sent me that transcript a little bit.
Yeah.
And we were kind of just chatting back and forth. And Peter Cetera, who had left the band, like I said, in 85, he lives like way out in like Idaho or something.
Yeah,
I think it's
somewhere.
like he's kind of a recluse.
Right.
He performs just periodically.
Right.
So he's got a website out there. I think it's petercetera.com.
Okay.
And he's trying to be friendly toward the fans
Okay.
and said, "Hey, I'll give you a free autograph.
Okay.
Won't charge you anything. All you have to do is send me a self-addressed stamped envelope
Okay.
with,
What's wrong with
you
that?
know, with whatever. I'll sign you a picture. I'll stick it in the envelope, and I'll send it right back to you.
Okay.
All right.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I think that was very cool.
Sure.
But as fans go, he posted on his website that he is now suspending the autograph program
Okay.
because people are sending him albums, they're sending him merchandise, they're sending him all kinds of shit to sign.
Right.
They won't include a self-addressed stamped envelope.
Right.
They won't. They don't even include their return address. You know, shit like that.
That's funny.
And he just put a post on his website that said, "Listen, I wanted to do something cool. I wanted to send people autographs. I wanted to give you, you know, something that, you know, you could kind of keep for your own.
Sure.
But I'm not doing this anymore because you guys can't follow simple instructions."
Yeah. Fuck you, pals.
That's basically what he said. It's just like, you know, I don't have a problem with signing an autograph and sending it back to you.
Yeah.
But if you're not going to include your return address and you're going to send me all kinds of merchandise and all kinds of shit like that,
Right.
and you don't even include an envelope to get it back to you or whatever,
Right.
I'm not going to go through the time and expense to do this for you.
Right.
You know, so screw this. I'm ending this autograph program.
So funny.
So some of these guys
Yeah.
who are mega stars,
Yeah.
they try to do something cool,
Yeah.
and then the fans fuck it up.
Right. Well, they're anytime you let fans make any kind of a decision, then you know it's going to be fucked.
Sure it is.
Always.
So I read that and I had to laugh because it was just like, you know, because Peter Cetera has not gotten the rap as being, you know, one of the most
Friendly guys.
friendly guys.
Right.
But in his later years, he's tried to be more fan interactive.
Right. Okay.
And people fucked it up.
Of course they did.
You know, and he's just like, screw this. I'm not doing this.
Right. And now he's the asshole.
Yeah, now he's the asshole because, oh, that guy, you know, he promised an autograph and now he's not sending it to me. And
What a dick. I only sent him 30 albums and he
Right.
didn't sign them.
right.
What the fuck is that?
So the guy gets a bad rap because he's a dick.
Yeah, now he's the dick.
Right. I'm going to read this right off his website.
Okay.
I'm sorry to say that as of January 1st of 2014,
Yeah.
I will no longer have an autograph request function on my website.
Okay.
Boo-hoo! That's what he wrote. Boo-hoo!
Ooh.
To those of you who have received them, thank you, and I hope you enjoy them or whatever you do with them. For those of you who have yet to receive yours, be patient. Due to the backlog and my laziness, you will eventually, however, the main reason I'm shutting this section down is simple. Too much nonsense and clutter being sent no matter how I tried to make it easy for all.
Right.
Many of you don't or won't follow the simple instructions. Almost 3/4 of the mail being sent now either has no return anything, too small of an envelope,
Right.
except for maybe a baseball card size baseball card size picture.
Right.
2, 3, and 4 requests per return. Old record jackets, old CDs. By the way, I can't tell you how many bootleg versions. And on and on. I think you get the idea that no matter how hard I tried to keep it simple,
The junk request filled up my time opening, sort through, read, and send the ones out that did pay.
Nice.
So I did pay attention to the oh-so-easy directions.
Right.
So sorry, but the world is filled with people unlike you and I who think that they are so important and above the rules and the formats. Yes, I am pissed off and sorry about this. Maybe one day I'll start it up again. That is when I figure out how to explain simple instructions to the minority who can't seem to follow anything.
What he ought to do is just put it on his website. If you send anything other than this, it's going right in the trash.
I think that's basically his message.
But wouldn't you do that? For the real fans, I would fucking say, look, here's the directions. Send an 8x11 envelope with this much postage on it, blah,
Right.
blah, blah. And anything else that comes in, right to the garbage.
Right.
Right to the garbage. It
Sure.
ain't coming back. Fuck you.
So who's bigger, Bret Michaels or Peter Cetera?
Bret Michaels.
You think?
Yeah, because Bret Michaels would never actually fucking come up with the idea to try and do something nice for the
But
fans.
in the whole scheme of the world of music and rock and roll,
yeah.
bigger Peter Cetera or Bret Michaels?
Bigger star, bigger dick.
Bigger star.
Peter Cetera.
Oh, that's my point. So here's a guy who's got a 50-year career
Yeah.
saying, I'll sign your shit, okay? I'll send you an autograph. All you have to do is send me an envelope with your return address. I'll
Right.
sign you something. I'll send it back to you.
Yeah.
No problem.
Mhm.
Bret Michaels, $25, sign this thing. If
Yeah.
it's more than that, I'm going to charge you more.
Right. What a dick. Just an idiot.
I love it.
Nora Jarka, fuck them both.
I just love it, though.
That's funny.
But because you and I have had personal contact with Bret
Yeah.
Michaels, we both have a disdain and hate for that guy.
Yeah, we don't like him.
No.
Not even a little.
But when your friend Matt and I were kind of corresponding,
Right.
and I looked that up a little bit,
Uh-huh.
I was just like, okay, I get it.
Right.
The guy is semi-retired. He's had a huge career.
Yeah.
He's willing to just send you an autograph.
Yeah.
And you fuck it up just because you can't follow instructions.
No, people are dumb. People are stupid. Dude, how many... I'll equate it directly to the show, and you've forgotten this, I'm sure, but it'll remind you quickly. Remember when we used to try to do contests?
Oh, yeah.
And no one could follow the fucking directions.
No, they couldn't, because we were trying to do something simple because we
Yeah.
know how difficult it can be,
Right.
and people just wouldn't do it right.
But we didn't want to just say, okay, be the third caller.
Right.
So we were always like, answer a trivia question, and fucking you'll win whatever.
Right.
And then they would call in and be like, I don't fucking know. What's the question?
Yeah.
We'd say the question 10 times on the air.
Yeah.
Twisted Sister was from what city? Twisted Sister was from what city?
Mm-hmm.
So what city was Twisted Sister from? Call us now.
Right.
And people just call up.
Hey, dude.
Hey, what's up? Did I win? No.
You guys are dicks.
Yeah, okay.
Man.
But wasn't that how it always worked?
Sure it was.
We'd go through 5 fucking callers before we get one that actually listened.
Sure.
It always was that way. That's why we stopped doing fucking contests.
Yeah. The contests, we had gotten offered many things to give away over the years,
Mm-hmm.
but because it was such a pain in the ass to just deal with people,
Yeah.
it's just like, we're not doing that.
I was offered Steel Panther tickets for last week.
Were you?
Yeah. I was like, no. I
Yeah.
didn't want to deal with it. I didn't want to deal with it.
Sure.
And you know damn well if the show was for the Cleveland show, I'd get fucking people calling me from Colorado.
Right.
I want those tickets, dude. I'm going to use them.
Yeah, sure you will.
Are you really?
Are you going to get on a plane and fly over
Yeah.
here?
Exactly. Are you going to spend $1,000 to go see Steel Panther with a pair of general admission tickets that you can buy in your own town?
Right.
Fucking dumbbells.
Right.
But am I wrong?
No, not at all, dude.
Dude, didn't we do a Steel Panther contest like two years ago, like when I first came back on? We did one for New York City, and the guy that won was from Florida.
Right. We got a call coming in. See if you got a call coming in. Hail and kill,
Hung
caller.
up.
You're on the air.
Hung up.
New York.
New
Hello?
York? Hello?
Hey,
Who's
New
this?
York.
New York, yeah. Twisted Sister was from New York.
What did I win, boys? Hit him a kill. Fuck you, pal. Hand job.
There goes the Motorhead.
That's how our contests always work. That is exactly how it works.
So funny.
Yeah. Fucking terrible.
Yeah. You know, it works both ways. I mean, you know, as fans, you guys and gals have to be responsible. As celebrities,
Yeah.
you guys have to be responsible too.
Right.
But, you know, Chris and I can only speak for Chris and I, we don't want to be involved with any of that.
No, not at all.
Not anymore. We tried in the past. Forget it.
Look at that. I wish Rocks Hard or Hardly Rocks was back.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, that's an old
reference.
That's an oldie. But that was something that our good friend Skid from Sleaze Rocks.
No, that was a different one. That was the Sleaze Rock Song of the Week.
Oh, that's right.
Remember I would grab something from a new record every week and we'd play Does It Rock Hard?
Or Hardly Rocks.
You know, bing.
Sure. Sure.
Oh, fucking bad bumpers that I made early on.
Right.
But, yeah, Rocks Hard, Hardly Rocks. The problem is there's not enough music to do it.
Right.
You know, I guess we could do it sometime, but I don't know. Plus, remember, didn't we get a cease and desist at one point, and that's why we took it off, because we used to...
Yeah, some band got pissed that we released some of their songs.
Yeah, they got
early.
pissy, and you know, their song was available for streaming when they weren't approving that. I was like, fuck off.
It's like, dudes, you're not going to get any exposure anywhere else. Why are you so worried about it now?
Yeah, so tell your fucking brother Marco to fuck himself. All right, that was real inside, but
Sure. Sure.